Welcome back to CFB Enthusiasts, y'all. My name is Jimmy. Today I have a special guest, Xavier Benson, linebacker for the Houston
Uh,
Roughnecks. Say what's up, man.
what's up? What's up? What's up?
How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling great. How about you?
Can't complain, man. I know you just got off of a game 2 days ago. Um, just talk about the season so far. How's it going for you individually, for y'all as a team so far, and moving forward.
Cool. Well, the first week I didn't play because I caught the flu, unfortunately. So I was in active week one. So it was tough watching the guys. But then week two, getting acclimated, getting my first game under me, versus Arlington felt real nice and well. It's just like I could tell, like, for me personally, like the staff and the players on the team are investing in me because they see how much work I put in, so they know how serious it is to me. And I want to be able to represent these guys because they know, what I'm saying, you have their 11 out there, and I'm part of the 11, thank God.
Right.
And it's just, I just make sure I want to play hard and know my assignment, the keys and stuff like that. And then like, upcoming this last 2 days ago when we played Memphis, it just felt cleaner and cleaner and cleaner, getting them building more chemistry and stuff like that. I mean, so we obviously came up with the with the win. My big thing for me is they want me tackling people, so it's like I put my body on the line, but I love doing it because it's what I like doing. I like hitting people, but I feel like we're just getting more chemistry as a team. I love this team, honestly. I feel like we're really talented, probably one of the most talented teams in the league, just across the board, from
Right.
position to position. Like, there's no like we're weak at this position. Everybody can play ball and make plays. This depends on the day, but I feel like our morale is coming together, especially after the win, and then how we have a good game plan coming up for Birmingham this week. And we're ready for an opportunity because we see how what can happen when we start playing together and clicking together.
Right. You see that potential starting to
Hell
seep through,
yeah.
right?
Hmm.
How talk about the UFL and the opportunity is given not only you but other players alike who didn't really get an opportunity in the NFL yet,
Hmm.
at least for one reason or another. And it
Yeah.
gives y'all the opportunity to play ball, do what y'all love, and maybe hopefully work your way up to the NFL.
Yeah. It's truly this. It's like for me, and I know for a lot of guys, it's an awe moment because like it is an opportunity. Like just because of where you start at, like, doesn't end up where you finish at. Like, it's just everybody has different times in the races, and it just depends on what type of race you're in. And everybody has their own little like, hey, this is the reason why. Hey, this is the reason why. I need to prove this narrative. I need to change this narrative, and it's just going out and handling their business. So this league gives a like, it gives the guys the opportunity to put on tape and still keep showing up and showing that like they're not there, that like the NFL and just be like, I'm still here making plays, playing ball. I'm just waiting on you to like, not even waiting on you, just look ready for opportunity whenever it comes my way. So it's a really nice thing to have.
Take us back to memory lane. How'd you get into football, man? Was that always your number one sport? Do you or did you play other sports or anything like that?
So I played basketball and I ran track.
Okay.
Just because I'm from East Texas, so that's all. It was nothing else out there but country roads and just playing sports. So that's all we did is play sports. But I was a basketball. I love the basketball first. I love basketball still to this day. I just capped out at 6'3", and I was like, I'm not supposed to be a 6'3" guard,
Right.
and I'm already heavy. So I was like, I'm not doing this. But if football came. Crazy thing about it though was I played basketball, played football, and then football for me just came kind of naturally the older I got and developed in my body. But football first for me was kind of rough. I kind of wasn't good at all. But I'm good at it now, so it just shows what training can do.
Who was your basketball comp? Who would you say you could compare your game to?
Man, it depends on the day. It really do. I could be a two-way offensive threat. I could be like
Okay.
PG, but I be tired. I can't I'm gonna be tired. Or if I just feel like just being an offensive threat, just score the ball I can, three-level scorer, you know. But man, I will say I love PG. I love D Book.
Yeah.
Um, I love like shifty guards, like Kyrie, of course.
Right.
Um, Bones Highland, people like that. Really get a bucket type of guys. Go get a
Okay.
bucket. Uh, It's a lot of guys. I just can't think of them right now. But yeah, stuff like that. That's the type of play style I like. 1-on-1, fast pace. I'm beating you type of reps. That's what I love.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. So in high school, man, you were named district MVP for your district as a senior. You had 105 tackles, tackles for loss, 7 sacks, 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, 2 recoveries, 2 block kicks, and then you had 20 catches for 5 touchdowns. You did it
Yeah.
all.
I
Talk
play
about
football.
playing both sides in high school. How'd that come about?
It prepares you. It really gives you a bigger understanding of how football is played because you're seeing different angles and like what you want from this position and from different from like what I want from this position. And then especially being a 4AD2, like not the biggest school, but it's not a small school. But it's the fact that like you have to play sometimes both sides, or like your number's going to be called, so you got to show up and make perform and make a play, which it puts you to the pedestal of like, hey, we're giving you opportunities, capitalize for opportunities. That's what it is.
Right.
That's what like playing like that got me like to like the point I'm at now. Just being really confident in my game.
So you played linebacker, you played tight end. Why linebacker over tight end?
I I like being hit. I like hitting people, except for people hitting me.
Fair enough. Fair
I'd
enough.
rather enforce the no. I like knowing what I'm hitting, unless instead of being hyper aware, getting away, trying to get away from people that are trying to do the same thing I want to do to people. So it's like
Right.
I don't want to do with it.
Okay. I very valid. Okay, and you were a 3-star coming out of high school, had offers from Texas Tech, Arkansas, Rice,
Mhm.
Memphis, Ivy League as
Mhm.
well.
Yeah,
Um, First, tell me about we have Ivy League here, so it seems like education was a big thing for
yeah.
you.
I'm
Talk
a
about
nerd. I just don't look
education
like it
growing up.
sometimes. I'm a nerd. It just don't look like it sometimes because I don't keep myself cleaned up. I gotta be tired and stressed. But other than that, though, I made a 26 on my ACT. In college, I majored in political science, and I wanted to start practicing law. So that's why, like, education for me, I've always loved it because my mother's been, especially being having a black mom and just knowing how important education is, especially like something you can always just have a lean on. Like, you can work on something positive for your life, for instance. You don't have to work on something like as a negative aspect to rely on because you have something that's a good foundation, which is your education. So I know I'm gonna end up probably going back to school to go to take my LSAT and do my law exam and stuff like that. So it's gonna be cool.
Really, you going to go back to school?
I probably most likely will have to because I have to take my LSAT, and then if I take when I take my LSAT, because I've done the practice exam for the LSAT for like one of the old practice tests, and I got like a 159 to 160, which is pretty good on especially on average of just not studying for it previously. But yeah, man, I'm just I like learning stuff. I like exhausting my brain knowledge.
What else do you like to do outside of football? What
Um,
hobbies you got?
I really do. I enjoy pool. I like pool a lot. I like. Well, hopefully I don't get nobody gets mad at you for saying this, but like I'm from Oklahoma and Texas, so the South people shoot guns at gun ranges. So I
Right.
like I like shooting with my friends. I like the country stuff, just the four wheeler stuff like that. I love pool, like I said. I love bowling. I also just love quality time and cook meals, and I like prepping, cooking meals and stuff like that. Really adult stuff now. The more I'm getting older, like, so it's
It's
kind
hitting
of
you a little
weird.
more, huh?
It's like, yeah, I like the really simple things. I like a good dinner. But yeah, I like stuff like that because it keeps you out the way, but also keeps you proactive and entertained. So,
Right. So going back to your college decision to go to Texas Tech, you
mhm,
being a linebacker, knowing you're going to play linebacker in college. Texas Tech is not known for defense really at all. Always been an
mhm,
offensive type of program, no matter who's coach over
mhm.
there.
Right.
What made you choose Texas Tech? Why them over all the other schools?
Because they was the Power Five that really invested in me the most. I hate that my coaching staff left and all that stuff happens. Is just because I've never had the same coach. Sadly, like it just happens though. You have to be able to adapt and just keep developing and evolving. But I also saw Texas Tech as an opportunity of like going versus the top offensive guys. And if you keep making plays and handling your business, you'll keep showing up. You know what I mean? So it's like I had a lot of strong faith in my abilities and what I can do. It wasn't no like doubtful moment. Even to this day, like now, like I know what the reason of me being in the situation. I can't wait to see what's happening because I am still handling business and doing those the right things for me, which is going to lead to success. So that's the reason why I chose tech because I had a lot of stuff like confidence of like I know that I'm one of the best players. Like there's no ifs and buts about it. I know this for a fact.
What was your welcome to college moment? What was that first moment where you were like, "Damn, I'm really here," and it opened your eyes to?
So I actually think I remember. It was like my first. It was my first like series, and we was playing. I forgot who was playing, but it was like my first freshman year game. Like, and I was like, wow, this is kind of a little bit faster. Like the tempo's a little bit faster because it was like a 10 play series, and we couldn't get off the field. I
Yeah,
was like, oh snap, they're still moving the ball and change. So it was just the tempo of it really caught me by surprise because it was like because you know I love it because it's dry heat, real hot
yeah.
out there. And that was my first time just being like a full like motion, just having a bunch of big guys just like me or even bigger during that time flying. So that was like, oh snap! It's like real fast. That caught me by surprise.
And everybody moving.
Everybody moving. Everybody moving.
So it doesn't end up working out at Texas Tech. First off, you end up opting out of the COVID year. Talk to me about how weird that time was, for lack of a better
Uh,
term, and what
I
went
hate
into
it.
the decision for you to opt out of that year.
Um, COVID, that time frame, I hate it. All my friends talk about it every time. They're like, "Yeah, I had fun during COVID." I'm like, "You did, I did." COVID for me, it was strange because I'm very like uh external person. Like, I really do love the things that can like give me like walking across the street. Sorry, lifting weights, simple gatherings, going to eat. Stuff I was telling you about got stripped away, and so it was very strange for me because I was trying to cope in the most positive way I could possibly, and it so happened it wasn't. And then this sucks because this is like I had to focus on myself and my headspace and just focus on just me functioning as a person and being able to cope in a positive way and handling the people around me positively before I could proceed on with anything. Like anything. I'd rather do it the right way than the wrong way. That's why I was like, I'm not tripping about the story about. I know at the end of the day, like my story's gonna be grand and vast because there's gonna be so many like cleans ups and stuff like that, and just it's gonna be like, wow, there's no way he really is playing big boy ball and he's still getting better and he keeps showing up. This is that and the third. So that's the reason why I opted out. It's because I knew if I don't get this right now, I won't get it right in the future.
Right. And that's big maturity for you because a lot of other people probably your age that at that time, probably like 20, 21 years old,
21,
probably
19.
yeah, probably, would have glossed over that aspect of life and just kept
Mhm.
on doing what they're doing because COVID affected a lot of people in a lot of different ways. So
Very
for you
good.
to have that self awareness is something that was really rare for someone at your age at that time. So you come back to play football. You're off at TJC, who's produced some pretty good JUCO prospects. You were number one at JUCO in tackles,
Yeah.
121, and
Mhm.
then you go to Oklahoma State.
Mhm.
What goes into that decision there?
Nick, me, I have, I know the like the Nick Martin, the linebacker there. Freaking, I grew up with him. He's like my little brother. I was like, you know what? I'll come to Oklahoma State. This is down the third. I love Coach Gundy in the program. I'm in for it. I love to just keep developing you and playing ball with you and just be able to play with your brother and you at the same time and be able to do something and win. And that's what we did. It's just college is different. Like especially coming from mind you, when I left JUCO, I was seen as the vet old guy. So everybody was just looking towards me, and I was just making sure I was trying to be a right example for these guys and be able to be in a position to make plays for when I needed to because I took the leadership aspect of when I got to OSU.
What is it about Mike Gundy that makes him such a great coach? Obviously, he's been one of the most consistent head coaches in college football for so many years. Me being a Texas fan, I know exactly what he's all about and whatnot. But from your perspective as a player, what makes him so good as a coach?
What makes him so good is because he's very caring. He's a lot more caring than what people think, and I guess there's people that just can't look to his posterior. But if you talk to Coach Gundy, talk to him, sit down, actually converse and talk to him, it'll be like, this is what I'm feeling about this. He'll sit there and talk with you as well because he's probably been through it. And he has a lot of different viewpoints and just eyes of just all different perspectives of every different athlete to just be there and give them advice and help. And all he cares about is discipline and toughness and becoming a better man. That is obviously going to make you a better football player if you go along these lines. We used to go say that all the time, Dad, discipline and toughness. If you're more disciplined and tough, you'll somehow, some way, keep going forward and keep winning. And it's just you got to just be smart along the lines when you do it, and just have the right crew. And that's why I love Coach Gundy because he brought the right guys in that would complement each other. It was cool.
Do you have a Mike Gundy story? He has a pretty good personality. So do you have any
Yeah,
story you remember from your
it's just
time there?
watching them dance, man. After when he actually dances like that, those little low after the game,
He be
get on the
busting out
ground,
moves.
them busting out moves, man. Coach Gundy would dance, man. I love him. I love him for that.
You being at Oklahoma State, obviously, the big rivalry, Bedlam.
Hmm.
You were a part of those
Hmm.
battles. Um, Talk to me about the rivalry itself and how fierce and competitive it is just being inside of that rivalry.
Man, I didn't realize how big it was because the first year where I played, I didn't really understand it. I was like OSU, OU because that's my first year. But the next year when I got to play it, I was like, I really don't like OU no more. Like, I don't know what it is. I just got brought into the Oklahoma beef, but man, I mean, but it's a heated one, and I love it. And it was so nice to know that we pulled out the last Bedlam like ever. So that's pretty cool.
Do you think it's going to come back, or with the landscape of college football, you think Bedlam is a no go?
It might. I feel like it just depends. I really just feel like it depends, really. But I don't think it will anytime soon because they put like a 75 years like game. I don't know, something on it where it is basically like they're not playing that game for a while.
Damn, that
Kind of crazy. Kind of right. I
it
like the
shouldn't be like
rivalry.
that
It shouldn't be like that ever.
because
Tough.
even when A&M went off to the SEC back in 2012 or whatever, we didn't play them for 12, 13 years.
Yeah, you don't play for a while. Seriously, it's kind of wild. It's kind of
Yeah,
wild.
and
Those
I feel
it's like
like
hey,
yeah. Go ahead.
no, you go. I was listening to you. I want to listen to you. You
No,
said
I'm
you
just
feel like
saying
what?
like it's just crazy that the priorities are kind of out of order in college football, in my opinion.
They
And
are.
it, it really sucks to see. Uh, Speaking of that, with the landscape of college football now, with NIL running the show,
Mhm.
being the biggest factor in college football and how players move and things of
Mhm.
that nature. How do you think the world of college football is going right now?
I feel like it can be beneficial and it also can be very harmful if you don't like 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 with Nico, the kid at Tennessee, the quarterback is like, bro, you're here to play football. Like,
At the end of the day, you're here to play football.
you're here to play
Yes.
football, bro. It's not nothing like that. But it's like I understand the concept of it, but it's just like some people will give that to other people more than not. You know, some people won't give it to you. So it's like, hey, it's just you pick your poison, whatever you want to. You here to play football, you can play get money. It's just two different things. Do you want to be a ball player or not? That's the only thing that just concerns me is because people forget what football actually looks like what it's supposed to be like. And then you hype up these people that don't deserve to get hyped up because they're not that good. But it's just you're paying him a lot of money. But it's like, hey, you can ask his peers, he's like, yeah, he's all right. He's not nothing special. And it
Right.
just takes away the aspect of pure essence of football. Like it's just like it's like war. Oh, that's a very strong warrior. He did this, that, the third. He deserved these accolades. Not like, oh, he went to this school. Oh, his name is this. Oh, he should. Oh, he gets more leniency than the other guys that actually been putting down and showing up too. So it's like it scares me, but it's just like y'all forget what football actually is.
And it's crazy because for a guy like in Nico's case, he comes out, he's 5-star, highly talented guy. He gets the NIL off the jump whenever he comes
Mhm.
into college. And then he doesn't live up to expectation,
But
but
it's
he
like
wants even more.
he's like, oh, my name's Nico. It's like,
But his
no,
name is
bro.
Nico.
My name's Nico. It's like, no, bro. I need you to play ball, bro. And
Did
that's the
you
only scary dilemma, man.
did you see that I don't know if you saw the report. It said that he almost sat out of the playoff game against Ohio State because he wasn't getting paid. And I guess his dad was in his ear saying like, "Hey, you this NIL, you only getting paid for the 12 game regular season. The playoffs don't technically count as a part of that."
Yeah, they
Imagine
make
imagine your
football
starting
dicey.
quarterback opting out of the playoffs. Could you imagine that?
Nah, man, I can't. This is wild. Some things you just don't do.
Man, it's it definitely is, it has its perks at the same
It's like
time. Right.
it's like it sounds good.
You were on a pretty good team yourself, had a very special talent with you, and Ollie Gordon had a crazy monster 2023 season, and he was probably he was top three running back that year. Uh, seeing him up close and personal, what is it about Ollie Gordon that about his game that surprises or impresses you about him, or what did you see in practice or in the games that makes him so good?
It's just funny because like so I went me is we I went versus Ollie every day. Me and Ollie always go against each other. And it's just funny. I love great backs. I love this crafting. I love the competition of a man giving their best and I'm gonna give my best and we getting straight work. But this in saying that it was so fun seeing him develop and getting so good with us and our linebacker core at OSU, and then just walking through the whole Big 12 because like every day in practice, who he was going against was like really good. So every time he got to the game, it was just easy because he was like, "Y'all aren't him." I go against some monsters every day, and it's just like this confidence that he was growing within himself was so nice, and it's a beautiful sight to be like, nice. He's like he's race tearing y'all up. The momentum's going crazy, and he's just doing this thing, and I love watching it.
And it was iron sharpens iron, iron sharpens iron, because y'all had a guy make the all Big 12 team as linebacker.
Yeah,
Cobb made it, and then Mason Cobb made it, and then the other guy you just mentioned earlier.
Nick
Yeah, Nick. What was his last name?
Martin.
Nick Martin. Yeah,
Mhm.
both. So iron sharpens iron for sure.
Yeah, every
Um,
time.
you were in the Big 12 pretty much your whole career when you were in the FBS. Give me your top five toughest offenses that you've played against during your time, or top five players that you've played against.
Uh, I don't think I give you five. I give you my three favorite.
Okay,
OU 2019 when Jalen was there.
with
That
CD
was
in
my
them,
yeah. That was a crazy ass offense. I will say UT 22 when we beat them at Oklahoma State when they had
that
beat
was
them.
a hell of a game.
That was a cool one. Hmm, offenses. Let me think about this one. Hold on. Was that Baylor in 2019? Who did Baylor have 2019?
They had Brewer. Brewer was their quarterback. Baylor was really good that year. I think they won 12 games or
Baylor?
something.
Baylor won 12 games. That's when they had. Yeah, it was 2019 Baylor. 2019 OU and 2019 Baylor was crazy offenses. It
Okay,
did 2022 Texas.
give me your three toughest players that you have played against.
Puka Williams, I thought was really freaking good, man. Um, Especially when we played against him. I'm going off when we played against him. Um, B
Buku is
John. I
really
thought B John was
underrated.
really well. B John.
Bijan.
Yeah. And let me go with like a receiver. Hakeem Butler.
He's tough.
I thought he was crazy in college.
He was.
And he's on St. Louis now. It's just
Yeah.
wild. But Hakeem Butler was nice to me. 6'6" receiver with like 215 with a frame. Every go ball he was his. I was like, he's good. I like him. That's
His
why I thought
contested catches.
was like 100%. It
Yeah.
was like if you throw it around me, I'm catching it. Like it was crazy.
You being a linebacker, what makes being a linebacker what makes a great linebacker from your
Instincts.
perspective?
I'll say instincts. I would say, but it's also different types of linebackers that people don't understand how linebacker actually is. Like if you have a Mike, if you are a predominant Mike that's playing behind the ball, like he should rack up a lot of tackles just because he's playing between the tackles. But then you have the coverage backers that don't get as much cred that have coverage to play the little guys, but also have to take away the jet motion, screens, stuff like that.
Right.
But I will say both of those sides, inside and outside backers, the ones that even have to cover the nickel linebackers, you know what I'm talking about, those big guys,
Yeah.
it's straight instincts and taking a shot. Because if you've ever wrestled before, like you realize that like all taking a shot is like if you're a big heavyweight guy, you're going to get somebody on the ground. It's just how you do it. So it's just like when you see somebody instinctively, and then take a shot immediately and don't think about it, that's what makes them really good. Because it's just like you'll look up, you try to get a dink play on him, but it won't work because he's running and closing speed so fast, and he's beating everybody else around him and not getting blocked and making the play in the backfield. It's beautiful. Great linebacker play is so nice, especially when more and more the person gets like comfortable in the position and who they're used to working with. It's just basically seeing a dog just attack. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it
Yeah.
is, man.
Linebackers is definitely one of the more entertaining positions to watch because
It is
they
entertaining, especially when he knows what he's comfortable with doing and just being like, "Hey, this is how this play is going to come out. This is how this run is going to end up being at." So it's just like no thought process, slow control steps, violent. Go take a shot, and it's so nice to see. I like doing that, so I love playing LB.
if you hesitate as a linebacker, you beat, huh?
You beat, you beat. That's the thing. If you hesitate. See, if you hesitate at LB or you got a little stutter, you beat. But it's just like when you trust your instincts, get off a block and take a shot. You're in great. You're probably like 80% of just performing every game if you just do those three things all the time. You get what you see, and you go. There's no nothing, no thought process behind it, no nothing. See ball, get ball, fill the gap, go get it. It's so fun.
Since we're on linebacker talk, give me your Mount Rushmore of linebackers all time.
Um,
So you got four
Fred.
guys.
I'll do Fred, Luke. I'll do Ray, of course, and I'll do Patrick Willis.
Okay.
I'll do that. I'll do that for right now. But there's a lot of good linebackers, though. That's the crazy thing. There's a lot of good LBs. It just depends. Linebacker's like a mastery position. Like if you play this position for position, you're going to get really good at that one thing. But then that's the thing about the hybrid linebackers that I like giving credits to that don't get a lot of praise is because like they'll go from being in the box to being outside the box to being rolled down and playing with a tackle, then to come back in the
Back out.
box. Right. And that's just a lot of work. But it's just like I respect the. I also do respect the sitting in this one position is like this is my position. I'm running this. I got you all this stuff. So it's a lot of control in this variables that you don't really see. A lot of people don't see in the beauty of football. Like we was talking about NIL. It's like, bro, you came here to play football. It's like that's all it is. Nothing else, bro. So it's the same type of thought process with linebacker and just seeing just like the mastery of a position of like calling the defense, setting the front, seeing this, using your tools. This and the dirt's cool.
Back to the Nico thing. If you're in college and you're a starting quarterback and y'all have a championship level team that can probably win a conference, maybe get to the playoffs, do some damage. And your quarterback opts out because of NIL. what is your genuine reaction to something like that?
If I was a coach,
No, if you're a player on that team, that's your teammate.
he's not my friend. You left me. You left me, bro. You left me, bro. I just think it's very selfish. Like, and it's okay to be selfish. Like, I understand if you want to be selfish, but it's like wrong place, right place, right time, wrong place, wrong time type of thing. It's like, hey, man, that's crazy. You're trying to do this right now, but we can win something and get even more. Is if you win and play the game. Like, you know what I mean? Play, show out, and that's what frustrates me. It's like you're here to play football, nothing more. Like, do your job.
Do you think how he went about that is going to impact him moving forward as far as getting another
I mean, I feel like
opportunity?
somebody's gonna give him an opportunity because what did we say his name was? Nico. So
Nico,
somebody's gonna give him something. It might not be what he want, but it might be what he want. But it just depends. It just varies on who's willing to deal with that. And that's all. That's a lot of stuff is. Like, are you willing to deal with that?
and it was funny because reports were putting out North Carolina and I'm like Bill Belichick not going for that.
Bill Belichick gonna last. I
Yeah, he ain't going for that at all.
ain't going for that. Not one bit.
Man, so is the game plan to is to play football as long as you can, or you want to get a couple years in and then go off
Um,
and do your political science studies, or
what
how
I
do you want
have.
to go about it?
What I have in mind, like I have this grand, beautiful plan, which I have a lot of faith in because I do put a lot of time and effort in, and I do show up when I need to show up. I just know it's not. It's a lot more. I just know it's a lot more stuff into it than just me showing up. But I just my plan, what I have in mind is just to keep showing out and just keep grading really high, which I have been. I'm like, I know how good I am at football. I know when I turn on the tape, I like what I see. I know when I turn on the tape, my coaches like what they see. I know it's just a matter of time and opportunity. But yeah, this after the season, go from there, get signed, consecutively show up, and just keep proving the point, showing I'm there to do willingly anything, just because this is what I want to do. This is what I know my work is, and play football as long as I possibly can because I know I can play for a while because this is how my body is. But then after that, study because that's the thing. You can go to school late. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Just know that I can just go do that, or even do that in the off season. I can just do that in the off season, get stuff situated and set up. But that's what I plan on doing. Just playing football and studying. Keep refreshing my brain. That's it.
I mean, you can always go back to school, but I told myself once I'm done, I'm done.
Oh
That's
yeah,
all I
once
got
I'm
in me.
done. Oh God, I'm done. I'm done. Never going back.
Because I graduated December 2023, and I'm like, yeah,
Congrats,
that's
bro.
it for me. Appreciate it,
Congrats,
appreciate it.
bro.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I ain't got no more in me.
It's to take a lot of energy. It take a
It
lot
do.
of energy. It take a lot of energy. But that's what the plan is, man. I have a lot of faith and I put a lot of prayer and I put a lot of work in. I will know I'll reap a big harvest if I just continue doing the right things, and that's what I plan on doing.
Before we wrap this thing up, Xavier, give a word of advice to up and coming linebackers, whether they're in high school, college, even working their way up, trying to make a name for themselves. What piece of advice would you leave them?
Trust in your abilities. Do not let nobody tell you what you know you can't do. It might get real bumpy, but you're never alone. There's always somebody there. God is always watching it with you. So if you keep pressing on, you will reap a huge harvest. That's what I have to tell people. That's what I have to tell people.
Love it, man. Yep, got it all. That's where it all starts.
Hmm.
If you don't have that, you don't have a
You don't
chance.
have nothing. You don't have a chance. But if you have that and you have a strong foundation, you just keep moving forward, you will get blessed. I promise you. Like, to be in this position I'm in right now is such an honor and a blessing because I know it's just a lot more than just me. Like I know it's a lot more that goes into it, and I just can't wait to just keep proving and improving my game because that's all I'm worried about doing. I'm not a seasoned old vet. Like I'm I'm a young man that's just ready to go and play ball, and I'm just ready to see what happens ahead of time, especially since my staff. I love my coaching staff. I love my players. I love the vets in the locker room we have. I love this the environment we have at the center. So I'm just ready to keep just getting better throughout the whole weeks and just keep performing.
Well, I wish the best to you, man, for this season and for many seasons to come. Hope for good health. Hope for, success in your endeavors as well, man. I appreciate you being on. Guys, this is Xavier Benson here, linebacker for the Houston Roughnecks. Appreciate you, man. Hopefully, y'all, you make a name for yourself and get to where you want to get to sooner rather than later.
It is a pleasure for you to allow me to be on here. I want to say thank you for allowing me to take up some of your time as well. And I love this. I can't wait to see what happens in the future because I know we'll still be in touch and connected. And I can't wait to just keep it on the show. I got you, bro. I promise.
I appreciate it, man. Yep, we'll keep it going for sure, for sure. But yeah, we'll stay in contact for sure, man. But all right, y'all, this is Jimmy with CFB Enthusiasts. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe down below if y'all want more player interviews. I'm working hard to get as many as I can to get some perspective on college football from former athletes, former college football athletes, current college football athletes. So we're CFB enthusiasts over here. We bleed college football, and we're out. Peace.
Peace.